Craig DeMartino didn't expect to fall in love with rock climbing.
I actually found climbing through a bachelor party, but from that day, I just was so mesmerized by it.
Heck, he didn't expect it to bring him to Colorado.
Then I came out here and I was like, oh my God, blown away by how beautiful it was.
But here we are.
So then I just went back after a trip to Yosemite in 1994 and just threw all my stuff in my car and just drove out here, bounced around the different climbing areas, and then landed in Fort Collins and stayed here.
Climbing led him across the country as he sought to reach new heights, both literal and metaphorical.
You want to climb the hardest thing you can possibly climb.
For Craig, climbing is an art form.
The actual movement is what kind of has always kept me fascinated with climbing. It's the problem solving and the movement and how they all interlock, and then you're in this beautiful area.
But after devoting 13 years to the craft with professional aspirations, he also didn't expect what would happen on July 21st, 2002.
Just a miscommunication between myself and my belayer.
It started on the Sundance Buttress in Rocky Mountain National Park.
I just got accidentally dropped 100 feet, which is kind of basically a 10-story office building. The last thing I remember is I smacked into a tree about 20 feet from the ground. And so I kind of hit the ground just straight up and down, which actually is what saved my life.
The fall could have ended his life.
I did the recovery process initially was like the first year. And at 18 months, I started to get this weird nerve disorder. And that kind of gave me enough of a push to say, okay, I'm gonna just amputate and see where I am. And the idea was I'll amputate so I can hopefully get back some of that quality of life I had.
Losing a leg during the recovery process could have easily ended his climbing days. Not even close. How he's overcome the injury on the rocks is impressive. Just 2 years after his fall, he became the first amputee to climb El Capitan in Yosemite in less than 24 hours. He's a 2-time national paraclimbing champion and a 2-time bronze medalist at the Paraclimbing World Championships. But what's most remarkable is how he's channeled the experience to help others through trying times.
So for most of the people who have gone through heavy trauma, they're told this is what you won't be able to do. And so you need to kind of hear from a person like me to say, well, this is what you can do.
He works with a company called Adaptive Adventures, using his story to inspire other people with disabilities. People like Vicente Vitella.
I was injured several times. I was in the military.
A 55-year-old Navy veteran from Denver who suffered multiple injuries in service and has had bouts with suicidal thoughts, but is now using climbing as an outlet thanks to Adaptive Adventures.
It's just exhilarating when you not only conquer that tough spot in your climb, but when you actually accomplish and reach the summit. That's just an awesome feeling.
Just that feeling of like no one understands what I'm going through, and trauma victims are very much like that. No one else knows what you're going through, but all of a sudden you meet this other group of people who do, and a person like me to say, hey, I've been there, I know exactly what you're talking about.
For the people under Craig's tutelage, it's a powerful connection.
It literally saved my life. I mean, medicine for me is hit and miss, but actually doing these types of programs and being involved and giving back is the best thing for me. I can't stress that enough, that it's the best. It keeps me straight in my head. It keeps me healthy.
And for Craig, it's redefined his legacy.
I wouldn't trade the accident now for anything, because I've been given such amazing opportunities because of getting hurt so badly. And I think that becomes your story. It's like, it's not about me, it's about the people that I interact with and the people that affect me and that I affect. So I think that has become what has made my life, I think, have meaning now.
For Denver 7, I'm Landon Hoff.